It's Deprogram, the podcast where we try to get you into an artist. That's right, we've done all the work for you, and all you have to do is push play. And, I was going to make some sort of Cats in the Cradle thing, or I was going to bring up another song, but really what we're getting to the bottom of today is, why is it that you hate me, Chris? Today we're talking about Harry Chapin, and this one has been kind of backburnered probably for about a good 2 years. I know you've been talking about wanting to do this. So talk to me about Harry Chapin and why it was so important that we did a Harry Chapin episode.
Well, he's probably my favorite artist, musical artist, pretty much of all time. My dad instilled in me a love for music in general and Harry Chapin specifically. All my life, as long as I can remember, he took me to see him a few times. I mean, he played guitar and sang Harry Chapin songs at the table. Just a very important artist when I was young, and then as I grew older and actually started understanding 90% of the songs that he wrote and played, I grew to love him even more. So I think I used to say it was my mission in life to make everybody a Harry Chapin fan. So this is, a step in that direction, hopefully.
Aggressive.
Make at least a couple of people.
Yeah, aggressive. So this is what I'm curious about, because Marlene, you got roped into this, and I word it that way because I got to assume that, you don't just lightly jump into a Harry Chapin episode. But what I am curious about is this something that you married into? You married into a love of Harry Chapin, or did you find him on your own?
I would say I married into it. I had heard obviously Cats in the Cradle, but I had no idea really who Harry Chapin was before I started dating Chris, and he was, aggressive. You're right, aggressive about introducing me to Harry Chapin, and and most of his music is, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about him. I like his music. A bunch of it is catchy. Some of it is just really makes you think. And I don't know. There's just something about him. It feels like more than music. It feels like all right, go back to Christmas.
I pull him in with guys like Woody Guthrie. He was a protest singer, not just an entertainer. Almost all of the proceeds from all of his live concerts, and he toured aggressively, like at least 200 concerts a year.
Dang.
And he created World Hunger Year and put so much money and effort into stopping hunger, not just in the United States, but global. And that's still around. Excuse me. So yeah, he was a humanitarian, a protest singer. He believed in all sorts of equal rights, wrote songs about them, and just an amazing storyteller through song. So many of his songs are catchy, and then you listen to the lyrics a few times and you're like, God damn, this is one depressing ass song, but it's making my toes tap.
Yeah. As Marlene was kind of the word that kept coming, and it didn't come until we started talking here, was sombering. Like there's very much a sombering effect when listening to Harry Chapin. And, again, so this is basically introduction for me because, Cats in the Cradle is one of those songs that's been in my brain, literally my whole life. And I never knew who it was until Ugly Kid Joe covered it. And then, so that was a whole thing for a minute. And, you do the dive and go, oh, okay, Harry Chapin, I get it. And then Chris comes to me with we should do an episode on him. And I'm like, oh, okay. And we'll talk about, the list here in a minute, but oh, okay. And I get ready to listen, and sombering, that's the word. Not, there's definitely points where it's depressing with the toe tapping, like you said, for sure. But then there's some
Yeah.
where it's just flat out depressing sometimes. Like even like the lyrics cut through the the catchiness. There's silliness here too. I found some silliness, and
Yes.
it's a lot of different things. And the whole time I'm like, why is it that Chris hates me? Like I thought we were friends. So you do love me somewhat, because you did do some really hard work before we even started. You cut it down to, I think we're only bringing 72 songs here. So talk to me about like how you decided what was going to be eligible here.
Ooh, it was hard. I cut, and I might make you listen to some of them. I cut some of the songs that are just too depressing to listen to. Not the and a lot of the stuff is like, because this is meant to make a list of songs you want to introduce somebody to an artist to, and a lot of his songs are like, yeah, this one's like way too dark to just throw at somebody and say, hey, check this song out. Like the biggest one that comes to mind is Dogtown, about this fisherwoman's wife who ends up like not married, like getting sexual pleasure from a dog is the undertone of it. Because her husband, third or fourth husband, has gone off to fishing and died.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a fun story song. So I cut out a lot of songs like that, a lot of songs that I just thought, like, if you get into Harry Chapin, you go and listen to the rest of his stuff, and this is stuff you can grow to appreciate, or just say, oh no, this is just awful. And also his songs are very, very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did, would you say 70 something songs? It was 6 to 8 hours worth of music.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of his songs are very, very long. I think the longest clocks in at 14 minutes. And average is probably 5 to 7 minutes.
Good
he didn't
times.
write songs to be played on the radio.
Nope, clearly.
As, to make number one singles or anything like that.
So then, as you're having to make that next step, so you dwindled it down to 72 for us, as our launching point here. But then, when you have to look at those 72 songs and pick your 20 for this conversation tonight, like, how did you go about that?
It was probably the hardest one I've ever done, but not as hard as I thought it was going to be in the end. In the end, I just thought, you need to put your personal biases aside and think about songs that you want somebody who's never listened to Harry Chapin before, a song that they're going to listen to and say, hey, this is pretty good. I want to learn more. And that's when I hit you with, Dogtown and stuff like that. So, yeah. So that's how I took that mindset of, and I cut out a lot of songs that it broke my heart to cut, because they're some of my favorite songs in the world, but it's not something that your average person who's never heard Harry Chapin is going to listen to and say, yeah, I want to hear more of that. So
this being what your third or fourth time here, Marlene, and being like we said, we joked marrying into being a Harry Chapin fan. Like, was this a hard list for you to get your head around?
I went into this with probably 10 songs that were uncuttable for me. So, getting down to the other 10 was harder than I expected. When Chris first told me that he wanted me to do this, I was like, oh, I can do that easy. That should be no problem for me. And some of the songs that I started listing then aren't even on my list now. So it was surprising for me. It was not as hard for me as Journey was, because personal, yeah. But it was harder than I expected.
Yeah, and she's only here because I never thought anybody else would sign up for Harry Chapin.
It was probably going to sit on the board for a while.
And I knew we needed a third, and I really wanted to do it. And so I asked her, and she said yes, and that's one of the reasons I love her.
Oh, only 2 years.
She's willing to do stuff like this. So
give up a
I
Friday
can talk
evening
about Harry Chapin and what's the word?
I can't pronounce it.
Prophesize.
There we go.
Be a prophet for Harry Chapin.
So
And spread the cult.
as I'm, going through, I think I might have told you, like, I think my first pass was like 40 something. So I about halved it. And, I don't know that I necessarily had any kind of gamesmanship as far as, that first pass, just kind of going on a whim. And when I started making cuts, there was a couple that I was like, okay, yeah, I think I can do this without this one. And then like I'm listening to them and they're all, there's a handful that I felt like, okay, I feel really good about these. And then the rest of the list, I'm just like, I really don't know. Like, I feel like this is an artist that the 20 could change, next time I listen to him. So I was like, well, I don't want to sit here and commiserate over these cuts. I'm just going to start cutting. And, just brutally with no reason, just tossing stuff on the floor. So it's like, well, we got to get there. So that could end up making this rather messy, which brings me to the next layer of the conversation. Chris, based on everything we've said so far, how many do you think we are going to get through unanimously for the final say?
I don't know. See, I couldn't do, like you said, I couldn't play any gamesmanship with my list because you'd never heard him before. So I can't, in my head, most of the time I can be like, oh, well, this is a song I think Justin will like, or this is a song I think he won't like. But like, you've never heard any of these songs. And, I know you some, but there weren't any songs I don't think where I was like, oh, Justin's definitely picking this one, because it's such a mystery bunch of songs. Let's say 3.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good number. You hate to swing low like that, but it's vast.
Yeah.
What do you think, Marlene?
So yeah, the thing about these songs is that they are vastly different. He doesn't have a style. He doesn't have, oh, this song is just like this song is, yeah. So I don't know what that has to do with this. Anyway, I'm going to be optimistic and I'm going to say 5.
Oh, I like it. Take the big swing.
You also have the benefit of knowing what songs I love, and you could play the game like, I think Chris would probably pick this one because he really likes it.
I could, but some of the songs that I know you really love aren't necessarily on my list. So.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. He can bring me into Harry Chapin, but I'm going to have my own opinion about it.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 was going to be my number because I've got 3 that feel like probably should be in there. So now the question becomes, do I out positive Marlene or do I out negative Chris?
There's one in between us.
Or you could drop in the middle.
Yeah, do I split the difference? You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to split the difference. I'm going to go 4. Because that seems like the safe bet. Of course, the reality is I don't want that weight when it comes down to it, but we'll see. All right, so we're going to take a quick pause, and when we come back, we're going to play the game. Jack, it's the program. Kickstart your road to fitness with the Hard Work Works fitness app. For all ability levels, full gym, no problem. What's included? Over 200 workout plans available for every situation from a full gym to no equipment at all. Nutrition guide to help you stay on track, and all of this is only $10 a month. There's a special offer for Deprogram listeners. Use promo code STUPID and get your first month free. The Hard Work Works fitness app. Decide, commit, succeed, and join the hustle today. With that, the name of the game is Deprogrammed. the three of us have combed through a very select few songs of 72 to be exact of Harry Chapin's discography that we have plucked out 20 songs that we are now going to mash together in an attempt to create a top 10 starter kit for you in case you have never given Harry Chapin a chance.
Which is likely.
Which is very likely. And I'll tell you, this doesn't have the benefit of, I don't think we did very many full albums. So I can't go to the thing that I normally do. But I will tell you, this is where I first locked into going, okay, this episode could be a problem. And so that's why I'm leading with this song. Love is Just Another Word.
No.
Nope.
Oh. Oh. Coming in hot. Oh. Okay.
It's off Dance Band, right?
I've got the one Greatest Stories. It was one of the first. It's the third song on the list.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. You're right. My bad.
I was just like,
That's right. This was... Okay, I was thinking of something else.
This is just what
That's a great...
I said locking in.
That was a super late cut. I really like that song a lot.
And so it begins.
I don't.
All right, Chris.
I don't even know where to begin. I usually go with like my favorite so I can get the hurt out of the way. Yeah, I mean, let's do that. It may not be my favorite, but it's one of the most important ones to me. Story of a Life.
Yes.
Yes, I got it.
Hey!
I got it. Somewhere down here. I should probably type it in instead of doing it this. There we go. Well, there's one.
If I had to say, I mean, I can't speak for Marlene, but if I had to say we had a song that was a Harry Chapin song, it would be this one.
Yeah, probably.
It's a great song about love and growing up and relationships and marriage and just living life.
And I when I was listening to it, I felt like this is as close as he gets to a Harry Chapin sound.
Yes, this is pretty standard Harry Chapin song. He wrote this when he was on an airplane flying to Texas in a huge storm. He thought he might die, and wrote the words down to this song. So.
It's crazy. This is listed as my 20th song. I don't think it was ever necessarily in danger of not making it, but just a note. All right, Marlene?
I am going to go with Empty.
Nope.
Yes.
Nice.
All right.
That was another late cut and one that I really like a lot.
I definitely need to get the search function up here.
I'm going to say that about all of them. That's a song that I really liked a lot, but...
It was
I
a
really
late
like
cut. They all were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every single one was a hard cut for me, so...
I'll stay near the top here. And this is one that we actually got when I asked, which somebody actually answered, what do you consider essential? WOLD.
Yes.
I wish I kept it, but I didn't. Again, and that one is actually one of his attempts when the label was begging him to write, something that could be played on the radio. So it's shorter, but it's not a very good what's the word I'm looking for? Cut this out, right?
Yeah, right. Me edit.
What? Edit? Not advertisement or promotion.
I know what you're saying.
It's not a very pretty song about, being a radio DJ. So I can't imagine it got a lot of radio play because radio stations are like, man, this makes it sound like being a DJ sucks. And we know it does, but we don't want people to know that.
Yeah.
I
have this song too, and I love this song. I think it is just honest.
Yeah. And I think it checks a box of, it's good to hear like this was his attempt to write a radio song, which is must be why I was drawn to it. Is that's what we're trying to do here is lure somebody in, and if this is his attempt at it, and it nabbed two of us, so we'll see once we get around to the next round.
And him being a showman as he toured, every city he would go to, near the end of the song, he would do a local call sign. Like in Albany, he would occasionally do WFLY instead of WOLD. I am the morning DJ at WFLY, stuff like that. Yeah, and the locals loved it. So.
Of course they did.
Among other things, he was also a very good showman.
All right, Chris.
Using that as a segue, I'll pick a song that I kept only because it kind of shows how good he was talking to a crowd and getting the crowd into the songs. Plus, I just think it's a great song, and it's not heavy. It's one of his funnier songs, Odd Job Man.
Oh.
Yes, I have it.
Okay. No, I don't, but...
That...
Was that you playing a game, or?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that was the song that I thought I was going to cut right up until 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Because I had 21. And it's the song I thought I was going to cut, and then I didn't.
There you go.
Because it's one of his lighter songs, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I think that's what played against it. I mean, again, like I'm making those brutal cuts, and I'm like, man, I love this. I think this is great, but I guess I didn't want to show his lightheartedness because for whatever reason,
right?
Let's show the cold.
Yeah. My thoughts were just, I want people to see like, oh, he was like a very good, not only a writer and performer, but just an entertainer. And this song just brings that across really well.
I also think that it's important to show the range
right.
that an artist or group has. And so, that's actually one of the reasons I ended up keeping it.
They're not all downers.
They're not
all. All right, Marlene?
So this is my number one uncuttable, you both better have it or you're dead song from Harry Chapin. A Better Place to Be.
Yes, of course I have it.
Okay, I don't.
It's all right.
That's okay.
A better. And again, this is one of those ones where, I'm sorry, I don't even have an answer to why.
No, that's fine. Too long, probably.
Maybe.
See, you can't do that with Harry Chapin, though, because they're all long. So
yeah, but this one is like 9 minutes long or something. So
yeah.
This song, I love the story. I love the melody. And I don't think that a live version was on this.
No, there is a live version on the Gold Medal collection.
Which I really love the live version. It shows his showmanship.
And also Greatest Stories Live, but I put the studio version on the list.
So I like the little bit he does in front of the live version where I was in Watertown for a year one afternoon or something like that.
Yeah, I spent a week there one afternoon.
Yeah.
I use that joke a lot.
Now, you've never been to Watertown and don't know what Watertown is.
He may have.
Oh, have you been to Watertown?
Grew up in Glens Falls.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I'm sure I was there at some point, but
you don't remember it. Thus,
I remember the name, but I don't remember Watertown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of those small pissant mid New York towns.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I'm going to be thinking about it because we moved when I was 12 or 13, but we went all over the state all the time, including but not limited to the Scotticoke Fair. But anyway,
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put this version on again because so many of the songs are very long. Like the live version is, I think, at least another minute or two longer.
damn.
And, I hate you, but I didn't want to kill you.
Okay. I keep looking at this one, so I feel like I probably need to do this one. It felt like a good story, and as mentioned, he's a great storyteller. Mr. Tanner.
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay. A yes, of course. You love to hear that.
Oh, yeah. This is one our buddy Frank sang occasionally, and I got to sing with him once doing the Mr. Tanner part, the Oh Holy Night bit. And yeah, Oh Holy Night wasn't like a big Christmas song for me up until I started singing it at church. And probably because this song, like, I don't think I heard it the whole song before. And then we did it at church. I'm like, oh, hey, this is that song from the Harry Chapin song. And now it's one of my favorite songs to sing.
Huh. Now, it just, when I was listening to it earlier today, actually, I was waiting to pick up my son, and whenever we do a show on a Friday, that's when I try to listen to my list. And I was like, why did I pick Mr. Tanner? And I started listening to it, and then Mr. Tanner comes in, the Mr. Tanner part comes in, and I'm like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
There's this whole story happening, and I'm like, oh man, this is great. I feel like, and again, I love when I pick a song and the answer is of course. That means
right.
I did something right.
Yeah.
Is that our first?
This is our second unanimous.
So we're doing okay.
Yeah, and it's just
Story of a life, right?
yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a great comment on how hard it is to make it in show business and how, critics can just blow somebody off and then that person just loses all will to try to make it and just, yeah.
Can relate. All right.
He didn't know how well he sang. It just made him whole.
Yeah. All right.
Great stuff.
Chris?
Well, let's keep going with the long ass good stories and say, what made America famous?
Yes.
No.
One of my most favorite story songs of his.
Mine too.
And it's got some good social commentary in it as well.
Yeah.
As many of them do.
Again, there's no reason. I don't shoot the messenger. Well,
No, it's all good.
I'm both the messenger and the deliverer. All right, Marlene.
So this is another good social commentary one. Why do little girls?
Yes.
Oh, fucking hell. No. I know.
That says a lot about you, Justin, I think.
Yep.
No, it's. I always enjoyed that song. Love the banjo. Not a lot of banjo out there. And I love a good banjo bit. And now that I've had two girls, it's even more important to me.
Yeah. And now that I'm a girl, it's
Yes.
very important to me as well.
No, I don't know. I know it was on my first pass, so I don't know why I ended up cutting it. I just did.
Yeah, I get it.
All right. Shoot. Okay. How about I want to learn a love song?
Yes. Really?
Nope.
Really?
That was a tough one to cut. And it's not one where I'm like, oh, that's not something that I wouldn't want people to listen to because that's a great song. It's a catchy song.
Isn't it kind of like the story of how he met his wife?
Yes. Did I? No, I cut it. I don't know why. So I probably cut it to keep fucking Odd Job Man or something. I don't know.
Okay, it's got 2 though. I mean, we're not at an NTP yet either. There's still a chance that we might need
Yeah,
some.
and I can't make at the end. I'm gonna suck because I can't make an argument against any of them. So
See, this is why I said, why is it that you hate me? Like I don't feel like there's arguments to be had. So
yeah.
all right. So I want to learn a love song was me. Chris, you're up.
I've got more story songs, but let's go. Let's go with one of his historical story songs, and also one of the like more horror ones because he's got happy story songs and he's got sad ones and he's got scary ones. Sniper.
Yeah, I didn't. Sorry.
I didn't think anyone would, but that's a great, based on the Texas college tower shooter back in the, I think, late 60s. Yeah.
Like kind of the OG mass shooter kind of person.
Right.
Yeah.
Based on that. And I think he only did it like once or twice live and stopped doing it live because it was just too much of a downer. So I wanted to keep, a couple of those that are just like, oh, that's a heavy fucking song. Because, he wrote a lot of them.
Yeah.
And that's one of the better ones, I think. Also very long.
All right. Marlene?
Okay, so I'll go with that. Not historical, kind of a downer. Kind of, I don't know. I'm always amused by this song, even though it's kind of a downer. It's definitely a story song. One of the darker ones, The Rock.
Yes.
Nope.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
I kept that for Maddie and Sean. That's their favorite Harry Chapin song.
Okay.
The Philbach Brothers. Yeah, that's a fun one. Well, I don't know.
If you're twisted, it's a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just like that, we're officially
We both like it, so.
We're officially out of NTP. I mean, if we're looking for the good news, but there's also plenty of gameplay left. So, and we all seem to be. I mean, I think there's only been 2 misses, and I think they were both. No. Chris got one too. So.
Yeah, I got right off the bat. I deleted it. I don't remember what it is. So.
All right. Shoot. I keep looking at this one, and I don't know why, but let's find out. Tangled Up Puppet.
Well, I cut that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so did I. That's a
Good one.
That's a great one too. About your little girl growing up. That's probably why I cut it. It's too fucking sad.
All right. Chris?
We'll go with the song that's not a Harry Chapin song that I kept because it's just that good of a song, written by his brother Steve. Let Time Go Lightly.
Yes.
Nope.
I almost cut it. I almost cut it so many times just because it's not a Harry Chapin song. Steve Chapin song. I shouldn't even have put it on the list, but I love that song so damn much.
What's funny is, I pushed play on so this is the first song on our playlist, which is the thing that I like to do. But usually when I do that, it's song 1, album 1. And
right.
I don't know if it was something about just not knowing, or knowing, I should say, that it wasn't built the same way. But as I was listening back, I was like, oh man, do I need to find room for this song? Because it feels like I need to find room for this song. And I was right, but I didn't do it. So
yeah, just a really great song, and it wasn't on any of his studio albums. They usually only did it live, and it was always so that Harry could take a little break and not sound like a frog by the end of the show.
All right, you guys are going to be done way before me. Marlene.
I think I am going to go with a song that always reminds me of Chris. And he's given me a look. What the hell?
I'm looking worried, like, oh, geez.
No. When we started dating, Chris was working in the mall in the pretzel shop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not Pretzel Man.
Nope.
And I was an accountant for the county.
I know what song it is now.
And this song just seemed like us. And it was Mismatch.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I don't have it, but yeah.
Oh. Well, at least I don't feel bad.
No, that's fine. No, I kind of felt it was like my, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that there's a song.
Yeah, I always thought the same way.
God dang it.
Great song, too.
I mean,
it's
again,
they all are. But...
It serves its purpose playing the song when you miss, making you feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
Yeah, especially for me, it's just a stab in the heart.
All right, I'm gonna go with the other one that I keep looking at and just keep going by. And part of this is the name of the song. It evokes the feeling that I get from the song. So like when they go hand in hand together like that, like he does that wonderfully, which I think is also in part why it was really difficult, because you really do have to listen to the music. Sometimes you can kind of listen to the song and go, okay, I remember what that one was, but then when you come back to it, anyway, I'm saying too many words to say Poor Damned Fool.
Yes.
No.
All right, it's got a 2.
Yeah, really. That's another one that I used to think about Marlene and I, because she dated this asshole, and she ended up with me, and he's a poor damn fool.
Aw.
Except he didn't let her go. She dropped his ass to the curb. So right,
yes,
yeah, rightfully so.
All right, Chris.
How about let's get the elephant in the room out of the way? And this is another one that most people, when you say, "Oh, what do you think about Harry Chapin? What are his great songs?" It's Taxi.
Yes.
You know what? I don't have it.
Okay.
I don't have a reason, as per usual. And if this episode was happening tomorrow, I probably would, because I probably would have given it one last listen. I didn't get to that today. But somebody had mentioned it in what's essential.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't remember Taxi. So I probably would have given it another listen, and it probably would have made it, but
I almost cut it because it's like, oh, that's the song everybody knows, but I kept it because not a lot of people know Harry Chapin, but this is one of the songs that the people who do know him for. So somebody who's never heard of Harry Chapin might hear the song and say, oh, that's really good. And it's also just a really good, great, based on truth story song of his.
What I love about this song is he does a live sequel to it. Mm-hmm. And I liked them both, but I just think that's really cool.
That album was not on Spotify. That album or that song comes off of.
Really?
Which bums me out, because there's a lot of great songs on that album. There's 2 albums that were not on there at all.
Wow.
Have a lot of great songs that I would have loved to have included in this list.
All right. Marlene?
Oh, it's my turn? Dreams Go By.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey!
There we go. Right there at the...
We made 3.
3, yeah. Dreams Go By.
You gotta listen to the entire Greatest Stories Live album. There's a really good version of this on there. His live stuff is so good.
Well, and you put a bunch of live stuff on here, and I'm like, why? And like as I'm listening, I'm like, oh, that's why.
Mm-hmm. He'd have the crowd whistle because everybody who went to see him knew the bit. So.
There we go.
Oh, great song.
I do not want that weight. So, like, we either need to get 2 so we can put the weight on Marlene, or we need to stay right here. I don't want the weight. How about Everybody's Lonely?
Nope.
No.
Oh, Dios mío.
That song is lonely.
Indeed.
If only one pick.
Thump.
Everybody's lonely, including me. All right, Chris?
And I don't even know. I don't even have like a theme or anything. I'm just going to start picking random songs that are on my list. Someone Keeps Calling My Name.
I don't have that one.
Such a good fucking song.
I don't know why.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a great one, and became, again, more important to me after having children. Great little kids chorus at the end, too. Choir.
My name is Jenny, and I am...
Woof. All right, Marlene?
This is another story song, imagine that. And another one of those ones that's absolutely uncuttable for me, and that is Stranger with the Melodies.
Yes.
I wish I could make that unanimous, but nope.
That's okay. I just, such a sweet, melancholy,
Another song about how hard it is to be in the music business. And be in a relationship in the music business. Yeah.
Okay, now we're dwindling down to the ones where I don't
Used
think
to sing that to Jules to put her to sleep.
I don't know if there's any left that I feel really, really good about, because
I got at least 2 or 3 that I think Marlene might also have, but
yeah, I think there's one I'm keeping up my sleeve. Well, let's try this one out. How about Bummer?
oh, I wish I kept that song.
I did not keep that. That is actually one of the Harry Chapin songs that I don't really like.
Oh.
It's a really good example of one of his angry social commentary songs. Yeah, that's a tough one. That one's a tough listen.
Yep.
Great song, but that's a tough listen. That's probably why I didn't keep it. I think it's a little too heavy for introducing somebody to Harry Chapin too.
Well, it caught my ear.
It's a great song. It really is.
All right, Chris?
All right, well, I'll fish for some unanimouses here. Flowers Are Red.
Yes.
No.
Ooh.
So that song is about the education system in America and having kids in school. And I liked it beforehand, but having kids in school, it's just kind of, it makes a lot more sense.
Yep. This is another one I used to sing to Jules. And after a while, she would sing the chorus part. At bedtime, she'd be like, "Can you sing The Flowers Are Red?" And I changed it. The little boy went to school to the little girl went to school for her. And then she would sing The Flowers Are Red. Or no, not that. There are so many colors in the rainbow. And listening to a 3-year-old girl sing that, like in the dark, going to sleep, melt your damn heart.
All right, so that was Flowers Are Red was Chris. Marlene, it is your turn.
I am almost out of
I
songs.
was just gonna say, like, you guys are probably pretty close.
I have 3 left.
Wow.
I am going to go with. Could you put your light on, please?
Nope.
No.
That's okay.
I have 6 left.
So, this is the song that I thought I was gonna cut. This or Odd Job Man, and I ended up cutting someone else. And I kept this song. I just want to talk a little bit about it because some of the lyrics I hear a lot. Where he's talking about love and she makes it holy or he makes it holy, and that's in this song, and I just I like that kind of imagery of, sacredness in a song about loneliness, basically. I mean, that's really what this song is about, but
So many
I
of
don't know, I
these.
think it's very poignant.
So many of these, like, as we're listening, it's like, man, I think if I would have had one more listen, it probably would have made my list. But like that goes to my point earlier, like when we were doing the setup for it. I think I could have had a completely different 20, easily, because I think this is the kind of artist where it goes that way.
Yep.
Okay. I don't feel good about any of these, but how about this one? Why should people stay the same?
I don't have that one.
No. There's so many songs I wish I could have kept that I'm like, I wish I had this song or this song or this song.
Yeah, but
I really hope people like dive into it.
Yeah, this is like, unfortunately, how I was pretty sure it was gonna go. A lot of 1s and 2s, not very many 3s. It's vast. There's nothing you can really pinpoint. So, all right, Chris.
Yeah.
Yep. How about Mercenaries?
Nope.
Yes.
I thought you might. That's like maybe the one song where I'm like, you know what? I bet Justin might pick this one.
Well, you got it. you got me. Marlene.
If My Mary Were Here.
God damn it. No.
No.
Fuck, I love that song so much.
A lot of that going on.
I really thought you would have
In
that.
the live version again is all right. If you're listening to this and you want to go into Harry Chapin, I'm telling you this now, listeners. Listen to Greatest Stories Live. Listen to Legends of the Lost and Found. They're both live albums, and they're amazing. So we're gonna corral a cat before the dog finds her and kills her.
She just wants to close the gate.
Okay, she was going back upstairs.
So
She's living dangerously.
1, 2, 3, 4,
All right.
5, 6, 7. I've still got 7 left. So basically,
Oh wow.
yeah, I'm the man who missed a lot. So basically, this last round, you and I are basically going to be trying to snipe Marlene's last one out, I believe, because I think that's what she
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, I have one left.
I bet I got it.
All right, so, oh boy. I'm going to feel really stupid for having the one that I keep dancing around. Speaking of dancing, I'll go with this one. Dancing Boy.
Say it. Yes.
I don't have it.
That's not the one I thought you had though. So
Oh,
that's a great song.
Dancing
It
Boy?
is, and that was hard to
Mhm.
that was hard to cut, but
And that's another one I used to sing to Jules and just changed it to Girl. Because she was my dancing girl.
she was.
So that was
All right.
that was a no from Marlene.
A no from Marlene.
Correct.
Was it a no from you as well, Chris?
Oh, I had Dancing Boy.
Okay.
I had
Right.
it. A lot of twos.
Yeah, a lot of twos. I'm not looking forward to that part of the convo. All right,
Right?
Chris, it is your turn.
Circle. No. Oh, wow. Circle was my choice.
Mm-mm.
I knew you were gonna have it.
I thought you'd have kept that one for Frank.
No, I couldn't.
Okay.
All right, now we find out. No more guessing.
Now, I will tell you the reason that this song is on my list. It is the only song I have from that album, whatever the album was, and that's why I kept it. But I don't know what I would have filled it with, honestly. On the Road to Kingdom Come.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh, shit.
What do you know?
That's a good one. A lot of social commentary in that song.
Yeah.
That's a great album. That's the title of the album, On the Road to Kingdom Come. And that's a great album. I just feel it's not an album for the uninitiated.
Yeah.
I love every song on that album, but The Mayor of Candor Lied is another great story song.
That's the one I almost kept instead of On the Road to Kingdom
That's
Come.
on that album.
But
So after you listen to those two live albums, go and listen to the rest of them.
All right, so I've got 4 left. Marlene's out, so I'll just dump out here and see if I can find you, Chris.
Go for it.
I'm going to start at the top. Short stories.
No.
Okay. I was right for dancing around that one. Old Folky.
God damn it. Oh, I really wanted to keep that one. Great song about Pete Seeger.
All right. This is the one that everybody knows, but I couldn't ignore it. Cats in the Cradle.
Cut it.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to that song since my dad died.
I knew it was going to be sensitive, but I also was like, I can't deny it. So.
Oh no, it's his most well-known song.
Yeah.
And it's a great song. It's also, well, it's not a great song. It's a sad song about a shitty dad, but but it's, powerful song, I guess you should say.
Powerful indeed. Jenny.
No.
Right.
Good song though.
And
I think of Jenny every time I hear that song.
And then last but not least, Sunday Morning Sunshine.
Yes.
Hey. All right. This one.
That was the song I danced with my mother to at our wedding.
Yep.
Sung by Frank.
Yep.
Oof.
All right.
These twos are getting brutal, but
Yeah.
we have 3 at this point, so Chris, you will have the final say. Thankfully, it will not be on my shoulders.
Hey. Dumping out my last 2 were 6-String Orchestra.
Oh, that was hard to cut.
Again, one of his fun songs. And Dance Band on the Titanic.
That one was hard for me to cut too.
All right. Boom, boom, and boom. Now this went, exactly as I pretty much thought it would. Like there's just a lot here. I mean, so the 3 that we got through unanimous: Mr. Tanner, Dreams Go By, and Story of a Life. And then, oh Jesus, I didn't even realize it was this bad. 17
So many.
that we need to
So
get
many
down to
twos.
7. Oh boy. Okay. All right, I'll give us a rundown here, and then I'll ask each of you if there's one, like, actually, you know what? There might even be ones where I was like, Let Time Go Lightly, WOLD, Stranger with the Melodies, Odd Job Man, I Want to Learn a Love Song, What Made America Famous, Empty, Taxi, Dancing Boy, Poor Damn Fool, Why Do Little Girls, On the Road to Kingdom Come, Still So Many More to Go, Mercenaries, The Rock, Sunday Morning Sunshine, A Better Place to Be, and Flowers Are Red. So my first instinct here is to go ahead and grab Taxi, unless anybody has, any holdouts on that, considering what we mentioned before. Especially since we don't have Cats in the Cradle, this gives a little bit of notoriety to our list.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll take us up to 4. Now, Chris, is there one that's kind of jumping out at you? Is like, I can't believe we didn't get that one.
I don't know. Why Do Little Girls? I mean, all of them, but I'd fight strong for Why Do Little Girls.
All right, I was the odd man there, so unless there is firm objection from Marlene, we will take that one.
No.
All right.
That makes 5.
Yep. And then, so same question to you, Marlene. Is there one that you were looking at like, man, I can't believe it?
Do I only get one?
I mean, we have
Well,
so
we got
many.
like
Yeah,
5 left, I think. So
Yeah.
A Better Place to Be, I think.
yeah.
Okay. Again, I think that was one I was off. I underthought The Room this go around. Usually I overthink The Room. All right. So that gets us up to 6. So, as opposed to knocking ones out, is there anything really jumping out at you still? Like, as far as this, we can't do this list without it?
I mean, I don't know.
I would say either Stranger with Melodies or What Made America Famous.
Yeah, if you wanted to keep one of the longer story songs back on the list, yeah, one of those two for sure.
Do you have an inclination?
Don't ask me to make a preference.
I can't make a preference there either. I can't make a choice there either, Justin. It's up to you.
Well, so let me ask you this. Is that an either or situation? Because we have The Room.
What's on the list so far?
All right. Let's see.
What?
So we got Mr. Tanner, Dreams Go By, Story of a Life, Taxi, Why Do Little Girls, and A Better Place to Be. So we've got room for 3 more before Chris's final say.
Okay. I think The Rock needs to be on there because it's one of the darker ones. And I like to show the range.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I can get with it. All right. So I think we keep coming back to this. Is it because we can make this clean and easy and take both Strangers with the Melodies and What Made America Famous, and then Chris has his final say, or we can take one or the other and have a conversation to figure out what song 9 is.
Well, I don't want to.
I guess the next question would be: is there anything that's we're kind of looking at that is still alive, and it's like, this song's probably just happy that it's still here.
Like, I feel that way, and again, it's not that it's a bad song, but it's not a Harry Chapin song, is Let Time Go Lightly.
Okay. Like, it's something.
Great song, but yeah, if people do as I said and listen to that album, they'll hear it and go, wow, this is a great song. He came from a talented fucking family. And he did. His brothers still play, so.
Do we give any credence to Mercenaries being a song that I had and you thought that I would have? Like, does that give it any weight, or is that just happenstance? And
it actually, that's a good argument, actually. But you could also say the same for WOLD that you and Marlene both had.
Yeah. Now, you also said...
Well, obviously, I would go over...
No, go ahead, Marlene.
I would, if it was between Mercenaries and WOLD, I would absolutely fight for WOLD over Mercenaries.
Right.
as far as Stranger with Melodies versus What Made America Famous, I can't make that choice.
So
I just
is it a both situation or
well, no, because WOLD belongs on the list too.
okay,
Right.
So it is a one or the other.
All right.
So then,
All right. So I'll make the call. Keep What Made America Famous,
Okay.
all right.
and then discuss Mercenaries and WOLD.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Let us do the thing that never helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, because actually I can't even think of how Mercenaries goes, so please do.
Oh, my phone disconnected, of course, at the important part.
What did you think when you heard me back on the radio?
It's a great song.
What did the kids say when they knew it was their long lost daddy? Oh,
So, yeah, now that I think about it, like the argument is kind of the same.
remember how we
Because
listened
if this is
to the
him
radio
trying to do
and I
radio,
said, that's the place to be.
that was, basically the draw to it for me.
Yeah.
And then when we get to Mercenaries was the song you said, Justin might have this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 8 years since I left you, babe. Let me tell you about what's gone down. I am the morning DJ at WOL.
It reminds me of Sparks when the studio or the record label were like, you got to play something that people can dance to.
Yeah.
So they wrote music that you can dance to. It's the same thing. Like, play something we can play on the damn radio. So he wrote a song about being on the radio.
All right, so here's WOLD. The reason we call it the thing that never helps.
Mm-hmm.
It's a slow motion night in the hot city lights. Past time when the good folks are snoring in bed on a loose jointed cruise to a color
So,
your blues.
something has to be said about pop sensibility since he doesn't do that. WOLD has that pop sensibility. Like, it's definitely not
Sort of.
right. It's not a pop song, but you know what I mean. Like there is something slightly more catchy about
Yes. All right. If I had to make a choice for somebody, like we want to get somebody into Harry Chapin, I would think the somewhat upbeat song about the DJ as opposed to the song about the soldier hooking up with a prostitute.
Yeah.
Is probably a better choice.
Probably.
I really enjoyed the song and I love what it says about, war and shit, but it's heavy.
Yeah. We probably catch more with honey than vinegar.
Yeah.
All right, so that'll bring us to our 9, which takes us to Chris, your final say. And as always, I prefer it be a song that's still alive, but you don't have to do that.
I'm scrolling through the whole list to see if there's something that I want to bring back. Oh, I did put Dogtown in this list. I did put Dogtown on here. I think I just wanted you to hear it. I didn't expect anyone to pick it. I'm tempted to throw like Babysitter on there about the 16-year-old babysitter who hooks up with the 12-year-old. Sounds awful, but it's a really nice song.
It's Fat Bottom Girls.
Yeah. Do I put the 16-minute song from Dance Band on there? There was only one choice. I really had a hard time cutting that song. But now let's see what we got on the list. Kept Wide Little Girls, right?
Mm-hmm. That's already in. Yep.
Better Place to Be. It's tempting. I don't want to use my win to choose The Rock, though. It's a fine song, but
We've already got that. We already put that through.
we did keep it.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you don't have to.
Right? Let's go with Stranger with the Melodies.
All right.
One of my favorite songs of his. It's a good song. Said it was a lullaby for my child. As weird as that sounds. Like, I don't know all the words to a lot of songs, but I know all the words to a lot of Harry Chapin songs, so that was one that she got.
Bam. Just like that. We got our 10. Mr. Tanner.
That was easy.
Mr. Tanner, Dreams Go By, Story of a Life, Taxi, Why Do Little Girls, A Better Place to Be, The Rock, What Made America Famous, WOLD, Stranger with the Melodies. All right. Now, Chris, let's turn the heat up yet again. Of those 10, which one is the one?
Sorry, I was still looking at the list deciding. I was almost going to go back and change my mind, but no, I'm not going to do that. I mean, it's not the one for me, but the one that like is going to maybe catch people. I don't know. Probably Dreams Go By.
Okay.
Not like, again, not my favorite. Of all the unanimouses and something that's going to catch people's like, oh, this is a good catchy tune and oh, it's a good story and whatnot.
What say
There's
you?
a good argument for that.
Yeah, what say you, Marlene?
I think that if people are going to listen to the list, they're going to hear that anyway. And I feel like even though A Better Place to Be is my personal favorite, I feel like What Made America Famous is a more, just a better song. It's actually has some meaning to it and commentary, and which is kind of what Harry Chapin is all about. So
Yeah.
I kind of feel like What Made America Famous should probably be number one.
I can't disagree with that.
Nor can I. Nor can I. So I'm with it.
But do you have a different opinion? Oh, you're with it? Okay.
I'm with it. Yeah, I'm with it. I think, one of the things that Chris said in the intro was that, that's an important part of Harry Chapin. So we have this one that has commentary to it. Let's do it. So What Made America Famous is our number one. Mr. Tanner, Dreams Go By, Story of a Life, Taxi, Why Do Little Girls, A Better Place to Be, The Rock, WOLD, Strangers with the Melodies round out our 10. Let's let What Made America Famous get its moment in the sun.
And the closer, seeing their dreams come to life on the movie screen, while the plumber hopes that it won't be seen as he tries to hide his fears, and he wipes away his tears. But something's burning somewhere. Does anybody care?
Yep. Excellent choice, Marlene.
Love it.
Excellent choice.
Volunteer fire department sitting around watching porn.
We have done it. We have done it. Now, when this is not, I always say we did all the hard work for you, and some of them we condensed 4 albums down to 10 songs. We did the hard work for you here. You should be damn appreciative, kids. But we got you into Harry Chapin. You're welcome. So check that out. Get into them. As Chris said, there's those live records. Go give those a spin. And if you dig that and dig this, you can go to legionstupid.com. Click the top podcast. Click the next deprogrammed, and then scroll down halfway, and there's a sign-up sheet. Come play. It's really that simple. You think you could do a better job? I'd like to see you try. I'd like to talk to you about whatever band it is that you love. I'm dead serious. I want to talk to you about your favorite band. And if it's a band we haven't done yet, we will eventually get to it. You know, you can ask Chris. 2 years
Yeah,
in the
this
making.
is proof.
2 years in the making, but we got there. And then, you know, come play. That's all I can say about it is come play, and you will have fun, and it'll be a great conversation, and you'll get addicted like everybody else does. Yes. And you know, while we're at it, while you're there, you can listen to episodes. So you listen to, if you're listening to the Harry Chapin episode from there, you can click on Chris's name. It'll take you all the Chris episodes. You can click on Marlene's name. It'll take you to all the Marlene episodes. If you want to listen to Justin episodes, that's all of them, baby. You got to listen to me on all of these. So I don't know. Do I feel bad for you, or do I feel good for you? I think it's a great thing that you have to listen to me. So, hey, patreon.com/oh hi Justin's a great place to help me financially if that's something you feel so inclined to do. $1 a month gets you in the door. It gets you access to After the Fact, which is a conversation we will have literally the second we're done here. We're going to talk a little bit more, and then that'll go to the Patreon. You also get access to Deprogrammed Before the Rest of the World, various other audio projects that I send out there. You get an Audible thank you every month, and you get the occasional Oh Hi Justin episode where I kind of talk about whatever the hell is happening in my life. All that, $1 a month gets you in. It also gets you access to certain channels in our Discord server, which you can join by going to the previously mentioned legionofstupid.com. Scroll down, there's a Discord sign. Click that, and it'll take you to our server. But the other way to do it is through Patreon. So like I said, it gets you access to different stuff. Come play in our Discord. It's fun. We count, and it's a lot more fun than it sounds. Especially when you screw it up and everybody yells at you. That's great. That's good times. So there's that. That happens there. And of course, we are a podcast. Subscribe, rate, comment. All that stuff is supposed to help. If you're listening on Spotify, 5 stars would be awesome. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars and a comment would be great. But the absolute best way to help this program is by telling people that you listen to Deprogrammed. Hey, I listen to Deprogrammed, and you can too. That would mean the world to me if you would do that. So with that, Harry Chapin, learn and love him, people. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.